From the NZ Drummer Podcast and AndrewRooneyDrums.com, it's the Student's Guide to Drum Lessons. Here are your hosts, Chris Dawson and me, Andrew Rooney. We're back.
Hey.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. So last time we talked about why it's not always a good approach to just go for the cheapest
That's right.
drum teacher.
Exactly.
And we know that it is a bit of the wild, wild west out there.
For sure.
Literally anybody could be a drum teacher.
That's right.
My wife has never played the drums in her life. She could be a drum teacher.
She could.
Think about that for a second.
That's kind
Listeners?
Yeah. It's like...
It's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary. So what do you do? What kind of due diligence? You started sort of alluding to this in the previous episode.
I look for, or I'll usually ring up, or when I say this, it was a long time ago. So, but it was like...
In the 40s.
In the 40s, yeah. Back in the 40s when there's no electricity.
We were just coming out of the war. Times were tough.
Times are tough then, you know. We didn't even have a box to live in.
There was one drum kit in New Zealand.
That's right. Everyone had to have one, and everyone had half a stick or something like that. It wasn't very fast. It was a very slow stick.
You had to walk through the snow to get to school.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. You had a school, really? Wow. So what I think is what you should look for in a teacher these days is that they've got all their stuff together. They need to have a good product, basically. Mm-hmm. And you'll pretty much find this out really, really quickly with either a phone call, even an email, and definitely within the first lesson. You know, you'll find out. You know, I think we've talked briefly about one of your lessons where you turned up and it was in the bedroom sort of thing. You know,
and my heart sunk.
Yeah, not so good. So you just know that that's not going to be the best scenario.
Yeah.
So I think that if you open up a communication with them, either usually they have a website of some kind. The website should be
something,
you know, and then if you email them, text them, or whatever it is, and they get back to you fairly quickly, then you know that they're actually interested.
Remembering that a lot of great teachers will turn their phone off during lessons.
Exactly.
So you might have to wait a little bit.
But it shouldn't be like weeks or anything like that. It should be like, you know, within a couple of days they should contact you. And I'm
horrified. If I miss a message from a potential student or an existing student, I'm horrified.
Yeah. Because, I would hope that the teacher you're looking for is going to be invested in you as well as a student. You know, they're not just making the money, they're actually trying to teach you. That's the way that I look about teaching us. I don't want to just receive money. I like to, you know, hopefully, you know, give the information and the student takes it on and you can see them grow. That's like a real big part of what I do anyway. So, this teacher will open up the communication lines and then you can get a lesson happening as soon as possible sort of thing. Go to the first lesson and figure out, like, look at the place. What's the equipment like? Is it good? Is it set up well? You know, that sort of thing. If it's really all over the show and there's not they haven't really, maybe the place is a real bomb site. Maybe going into the place sometimes is not exactly very nice or something like that. You know, maybe you're going through, I don't know, a bomb site.
Yeah. Language is important too,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Like, I suppose I can fit you in at 3:30 on a Friday. I don't normally teach on Fridays, but
that's right.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks volumes.
Volumes, exactly. Yeah. So opening those communication lines up, they've got like the times they can sort you out really, really quickly with like a time of when you can go. For your first lesson, turning up to the lesson, finding that the place is really well set up and organised. You know, the guy or the girl is like really, really got their stuff down, sits down and will ask you questions about what it is that what you want to achieve as a student, and then tries to tailor the lesson towards what it is that you want to do. There may be things, obviously, when you go as a student, you don't actually know what you want to do.
And that's even better, actually.
That's even better for the teacher, because they go, okay, I can give you this. We'll just start here. But, you know, and so I think that's a really good thing for an idea for what a teacher's going to do. And the other one was when they actually give you information, they can actually, sorted out with things like here is what we're doing this week. This is what I want you to practice on. And they either give you a piece of paper with information on, or they send you an email with a PDF file or something like that. So you have something to work on. Otherwise
it's important to take something away, right?
Exactly. Because that's part of what you're also paying for, right? The information. And oftentimes if the teacher is just talking, I know I've been guilty of this as well, is that I talk quite a lot. And then I think that I'm only giving a small amount of information. And then I realize afterwards, wow, I just dropped
30 years of
this information onto this poor student, and they're 9. Yeah. And so they're not even going to remember what it is that.
Look, man, it's like driving a car.
Yeah.
What?
What? He said something about a beach.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, you've probably stolen the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to lay another story on you.
Good. Bring on the stories.
I'm a big fan of my true crime.
Yes.
Sort of podcasts and shows on Netflix and stuff. And I often hear the concept of, often there's not a smoking gun piece of evidence.
Yeah.
But detectives and investigators and lawyers will talk about a concept where if there's enough evidence, if we can tie enough strands together, it can form a pretty strong case.
Yeah.
And I'd kind of look at it like that.
Sure.
Where there's no one thing.
Right.
Because you could be a great drummer.
Yeah.
Or you could be a gifted teacher who's not that good at drums and anyway.
Mixtures, yeah.
So I would look at experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm a much better teacher now than when I started.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's really going to help you out for depth of knowledge and also experience with playing the drums.
Sure.
So are they giving you advice from a practical standpoint or theoretical in terms of actual playing?
Sure.
I'll say a music degree
or
some kind of music qualifications. And again, on its own, it's not a smoking gun piece of evidence, but it's an indicator.
Yeah.
And it shows that you've invested some time.
That's right. That qualification could also be not just like a school qualification. That could be something like has been in a band that's
absolutely
for 20 years or 10 years or something like that. Yeah. So,
with formal qualifications, some parents are quite into that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
It's you're the customer.
That's right.
If you prefer to have someone who has a degree or a master's in your case,
that's right.
Then, hey.
That's great.
Exactly. That's your call.
Yeah.
And then, does this person actually play?
Yeah.
Are they out?
Are they doing
practicing what they preach?
Yeah, that's right.
And can you verify this? So, you brought up before, how transparent is everything?
That's right.
Is it really hard to find information on this person? Or is it really easy?
Yeah, that's right.
And I'd be a little bit skeptical of someone who I just can't find anything out about.
That's right. Yeah. Especially with this day and age as well. I mean, it's really easy to put the information out there. And as performers in general, we do want as much out there as we can possibly get. So,
and again, on its own, it's not a smoking gun because there have been times where a name will pop up on the local scene that I've never heard of. And, I've never heard of that person.
Yeah.
And then you see them and they're amazing.
Right.
So, it can happen.
That's right.
But it is a piece of evidence if we go with the crime analogy. Yep. And then, online presence, you could have a look at, what the general vibe is. Are they fun?
Yep.
Are they professional?
Yep.
Or, is their Facebook profile picture drinking a beer with undies on their head?
That's right.
You'll get a bit of a general sort of vibe from that kind of thing. I wouldn't advise face stalking them too much, but
no.
You get an idea who you're dealing with. I'd watch, try and find some footage of the person playing, and even better, maybe outline a lesson.
That's right.
Exactly. Can they actually present things and speak about things in a really clear manner? I think one of the ultimate ones is asking for feedback on that teacher.
That's right. Exactly.
So I'm really lucky in that I get really good feedback from my students, and all my students come from referrals.
Right. Yep.
From someone who I'm already teaching or used to teach, and go to him. It's great. We had a lot of fun and blah blah blah, and that's I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah,
you can tell a lot from people are normally pretty instant.
Yeah,
if you ask about someone, is there a hesitation there?
That's right.
Do they go, well, there's your answer.
Yeah, that's right.
And if they say, oh look, Chris was amazing and highly recommend.
That's right.
That's just gold.
Exactly.
Right there. Yeah, same as you. Another one that I was going to bring up was, what is their manner over the phone?
That's right,
email.
Yeah. If they're too casual, it's a little bit of warning bell sort of thing,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I should be around on Friday.
Yeah, I think I can fit you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just arrive at 3, and if I'm not there by 3:15, I won't be coming.
Yeah.
I would check that the lessons are one-on-one.
Yep.
And you were speaking before about how you're planning to do some group lessons. That's a different thing.
Exactly.
So I would check to see, what you get involved in. And then, you've just got to make sure that the price and the location work for you.
That's right.
I would leave that last.
Yeah.
Like how we spoke before. That would be last on my priority list.
Sure.
If I found the perfect teacher,
and the person was a little bit further away than what you wanted them to be,
I'd make that work.
Exactly, because that's again that investing time into to finding or getting what are the information that you need. So,
and now if you found someone who had all of that, they're experienced, they have formal qualifications, they are playing all the time, they've got a great online presence, they have videos available to watch. They get unanimously good feedback.
Yep.
You got a prompt response, and it was professional. And the time and the location and the fee worked for you.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Go for that. Go for gold.
Do that. And I think that's us. And
cool.
We're going to have 2 episodes left of this little thing.
We can do it.
I'm looking forward to these because we're going to talk about the biggest, most important things, potentially game changers that happen to us as students and as players.
Excellent.
Stay tuned.
See ya.
Stay tuned, New Zealand. I'll cut that out.
Start playing the Goodnight Kiwi.
Bruce King played that?
Do you know Bernie Allen wrote that? Oh. Do you know Bernie Allen?
I know the name.
Bernie Allen was the first director of the Auckland Uni. Of course, he started the Auckland Uni course. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Crazy, eh?
Man. Memories. That was such a special tune as a kid, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's bedtime.
Can I wait for the Goodnight Kiwi?
Yeah. Oh, so cute. That was the building too. It was based on the TVNZ building, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, exactly.